Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Steph. I'm a mental health/cosmetic nurse based in Melbourne, Australia, and today I want to talk about the origin of Botox. So just a little disclaimer before I begin, this is just for educational purposes. I'm not advertising the use of Botox or any specific brand. I only want to share my knowledge and my experience with you all. I also want to clarify that Botox is actually a brand and not a treatment name. I've come across a lot of clients and sometimes they tell me that they have had Botox when they actually mean they've had, let's say, filler. So Botox is the brand of one of the neurotoxins available to be used today, and it's used primarily for anti-wrinkles. It's also used for hyperhidrosis or excessive sweating, or to treat symptoms of bruxism or clenching in the jaw muscles. So back to the origin of Botox. In 1897, there was a Belgian band who finished performing at a funeral, and they were eating dinner and they were having some ham. Sometime after, they developed symptoms of toxin poisoning and they were experiencing upset stomach and blurry vision as well. 3 of them died, and after that the ham was sent off to be examined. It was delivered to the University of Ghent, where a professor of bacteriology isolated and identified the neurotoxin that caused the death of the 3 musicians. He named the toxin as botulinum after botulus, which is the Latin word for sausage. Throughout the years, scientists have tried to use botulinum toxin to be used as a weapon during the wars. They couldn't make it into a stable enough form, so they just scrapped it. In the 1960s, there was an ophthalmologist named Dr. Alan Scott, and he was working in the Kettle-Smith Eye Research Institute in San Francisco in America. Dr. Alan Scott was working a lot with patients who were suffering from strabismus, which is a crossed or wandering eye caused by the imbalance of the muscles controlling the eye. And he was also seeing a lot of patients with blepharospasm, which is the involuntary movement or blinking of the eye, sometimes to the point where if it blinks too much, it can be functionally blind. He hypothesized that a purified form of the botulinum toxin could help control the muscles that's causing the involuntary movements and the imbalance to treat strabismus and blepharospasm. He obtained samples of the botulinum toxin and tested a therapeutic form in monkeys and found his hypothesis to be true. He then founded a company, Botulinum, and produced a drug with the same name and got the approval from the Food and Drug Administration in 1989 for this to be used in the treatment of strabismus and blepharospasm. In 1987, Dr. Jean Carruthers, apologies for the mispronunciation, she was working with patients also suffering from strabismus and blepharospasm. One day he treated her client and they came back for the review. It worked fine, but the client came back and found that her glabella lines or her worry lines have disappeared after the treatment. So she was wanting it to be administered directly into these muscles to make her worry lines disappear. And this was when the use of botulinum toxin for cosmetic treatments began. In 1991, Dr. Alan Scott then sold the product to Allergan. A year later, it was changed to what we know as Botox. And fast forward to 2024, there has been millions of procedures that has used the Botox that we know of today. So, big thank you to Dr. Alan Scott and Dr. Jean for founding this product that we now know and love in the cosmetic industry. So that's the origin of Botox as we know of today. So thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you learned something new about Botox, and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell to be updated on my new uploads, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!